Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Bride of Chucky. It's here, Bride of Chucky on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Shout Factory Screen Factory. It can be found as the slipcover edition, available at your local and online retailers. Now, something about this movie when I was watching it made me think of Jaws. I know that's an odd comparison, but hear me out. In the original Child's Play movie, Chucky, mostly due to the technology, was kind of kept out of sight. He was used very sparingly, only popped up when he needed to really give you maximum impact. And he was far from, even though the movie is Child's Play, he was far from, quote unquote, the main character. So we flash forward a couple years into Bride of Chucky, and I would say he's more or less, he's the star of the film. He's on screen constantly, him and Tiffany. So going back to the Jaws comparison, the original movie is more like Jaws when the shark is kept out of sight because of limitations. The shark kept breaking down, but here technology has evolved to a point where you can see him more on screen, and it does change the dynamic of the film. For me personally, I think it works. I found it wildly entertaining, and a lot of it has to do with the dynamic between Chucky and Tiffany. Jennifer Tilly is great in the role, and some of the dialogue exchanges are hilarious. The whole Martha Stewart references are great, and I dig it. It is way different than the original movie, for better or for worse. And really, it is my personal favorite sequel of the Child's Play or Chucky movie. So yeah, I do recommend it. It is interesting. And as a side note, I have to wonder how Katherine Heigl feels having this one on her resume. This was very early in her career. And if you know her work now and kind of her attitude and, pop culture and the press and everything, you got to wonder deep down, it must bug her to be in this movie. But anyway, all right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD slipcover edition of Bride of Chucky. As you may or may not know, it's supposed to look like the Scream 2 cover. I think it works. I really like it. It's very tongue-in-cheek of a movie, so I think it's fine. And we have the back and the spine. And the interior is the same. And then we have artwork on the discs themselves. So yeah, I think Shout Factory did a good job on this 4K packaging. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Bride of Chucky on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 1:5:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, reportedly, it was remastered from the 35mm original camera negative, and I was honestly surprised that the fourth film in the franchise looks as great as it does here on disc. Image quality is largely improved over what came before, with clarity to the picture pretty much being a standout. Blemishes are few, relegated to white specks that can be frequently seen during the movie, but otherwise the source looks to be in good shape. Film grain is consistent and properly cinematic, with no apparent signs of management. As for the Dolby Vision grading, it's visually very punchy. Primaries are bold and give the palette a nice boost. Skin tones lean slightly on the warm side, but never appear to be too hot. The general aesthetic, in fact, is much richer with the grading, and that should please most fans watching the film. Black levels are deep from top to bottom. Night sequences are well rendered with no issues of elevation to speak of. Shadow detail is also equally impressive, and no crush was present. In my eyes, the 4K resolution bump goes a long way to giving an appreciable depth to textures. Close-ups look fantastic. Both Chucky and Tiffany's doll faces have sharper definition. Mid-level shots enjoy increased detail as well. The enhancement found in textures are more than worth the price of admission. Bride of Chucky on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 audio mix. Unfortunately, the Dolby Atmos audio upgrade provided in the first 3 Child's Play movies is nowhere to be found on this latest entry in the franchise. That's a bit unfortunate. They decided not to spring for the audio upgrade, but really the DTS 5.1 is more than serviceable. While I wouldn't go on to say that the DTS 5.1 is repurposed from the old Blu-ray, I suspect some audio tweaks were made to bring a more fuller experience. The source is clean in its presentation with no hiccups or issues. The surround environment is consistently active and engaging. Audio cues, much like the prior Chucky films on 4K, are often fun and multi-directional. The track itself has presence that doesn't feel particularly dated. Dialogue is clear, and as a side note, is often good for a laugh. The low end isn't particularly memorable. When the cop car blows up, it subtly moves the needle, but nothing to really write home about. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Bride of Chucky on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. The latest sequel to make its way to the 4K format leaves quite an impression with a nice visual presentation. Colors are often striking and bold, black levels are pretty solid, and the detail enhancement with the 4K resolution uptick is more than noticeable. I think fans of the film will really enjoy this disc. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a B+. While no audio upgrade is definitely a bummer, the DTS 5.1 I still feel is a solid experience. Chucky's antics are often multi-directional, fun, engaging, and I think the overall film has a nice level of immersion. If you're an audiophile, I think you'll really enjoy what you hear. So that is my review of Bride of Chucky on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section below. If you use it, it really does help out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.